Guys, we recently talked about the Karmelo Anthony case in which he and another student and that student's brother got into an altercation with which unfortunately led to the passing of the other kid. Now, what is happening now is the Karmelo Anthony family is being harassed. Now, they are being harassed by allegedly the Metcalf family. I'm sorry, not the Metcalf family. The Metcalf family is allegedly harassing the Anthony family. Now, let me kind of bring some context to what I'm saying here because I know this is a little bit hard to follow. Now, the Anthony family is the young black male that was being allegedly bullied by the other family, and therefore something ensued in which the other kid lost his life. Now, what is being said is that this family now, Karmelo Anthony's family, is being harassed, and they actually had to leave their home to stay at another location to prevent people from showing up at their home doing weird things. Now, as I said in my last couple of videos, this is a telling situation just about what kind of family this is.
Is such a tragic case, and it is sad all around, but it's also had its share of surprises, and what happened this morning is no different. We were all waiting to hear the Anthony family talk for the first time on the record. It was supposed to start at 11. 10 minutes turned into 20, then 30. The reason? Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf, had walked in.
Who was not invited, he knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it.
Karmelo Anthony is charged with murder in his son's death at a track meet in Frisco on April 2nd. Jeff Metcalf said nothing. He just stood and waited. The group hosting this told him to leave, or they'd call Dallas police. The group's founder, Dominique Alexander, made this statement.
Is a disrespect to the dignity of his son.
Jeff Metcalf was escorted out by DPD before the family arrived to speak. Ultimately, it was not a court order that made him leave, but because the owner of the building said he was trespassing. Metcalf shook hands with officers and then left. This press conference was about hearing from Karmelo's mom, Kayla Hayes, and we finally did.
We believe in legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you.
The family says they've endured threats, lies, and racial harassment over the last 2 weeks.
Our family has been under attack.
Mostly over a fundraising page they say they haven't been able to access until Wednesday. They're fighting claims they're profiting off of this or living lavishly from the funds raised.
We have endured death threats. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family.
We've asked for comment from Jeff Metcalf. He told us not to quote him. We're also told this will be the last time we hear from the Anthony family before a possible trial. But that will not stop all the talk from the outside and any more surprises that have come with this case. In Dallas, I'm Jobin Puniker.
Now, guys, that's just the headline. So just kind of think about this. This family is being harassed. I understand, unfortunately, someone passed away, but tell me, how is harassing people, the mom, the dad, the siblings, for no reason? They had nothing to do with what happened. They are traumatized differently, but they are still traumatized. Why are these people ganging up to have these racist individuals go to these people's house with fake deliveries, sending them obituaries and all of this weird stuff? Now, doesn't this paint a story of exactly what kind of people these are? Now, I'm not going to say everybody, but the racist, white supremacist people are calling for Karmelo Anthony to go back to jail. But we know a whole bunch of white people done killed black people and they were able to walk home, and they didn't even go through any of this. So think about everything surrounding this, and why is it that white people feel like they can do anything and that there is no repercussions for their actions, but whenever it happens to a black person, they cannot claim the exact same defense that white people have been claiming when it didn't even make sense. Not only have these mega white racists been harassing this family. They have even went as far as to harassing the judge. Now let that sink in. Now ask yourself, what white judge was ever harassed for giving a white person a bail just after they slaughtered a black person? Okay, let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. Nothing happened. Let's talk about Derek Chauvin. Nothing happened. I mean, name after name after name. We are, we in some special times, and these racist people are showing exactly who they are, because to show up to someone's home to continue to bully and harass them is making me understand exactly who your child was. It is giving me an indication of just how huge and massive this bullying was. Look at the dad. He showed up at these people's press conference. Now, tell me, why would the dad show up at the press conference after they asked him to leave? He's just standing there. So what type of person is that? First of all, why would you want to be around those people? Period. Like, it is really obvious that this man tries to intimidate and bully people. And just maybe that's where his son got it from. Because not only did he show up to their event, he just stood there. He just stood there. He stood there because he wants to show his presence. He wants to bully and basically harass people, because I'm sure if they would have showed up at his funeral, they would be looking around like, why are they here? But for the simple fact you showed up, stood there like a complete idiot because, did you have something to say? Why do you want to be here? Then, after being told to leave numerous times, he didn't leave until the police arrived. So what type of energy is that giving? And as you guys have said in the comments, it seems like the dad is exactly what his sons are. If y'all remember, Karmelo Anthony is saying that, well, I don't know if he's saying, let me take that back, but a lot of people are saying that that kid was harassed. So just imagine the level of intensity that you have to be harassed to feel like that you're going to resort to protecting yourself. But what I'm saying is, look at what the father does. Who does that? So I could just imagine what his sons was doing to this kid. And people are also saying that, there's this lie going around saying that the family used the money to do all these things, which is a lie, because that was discounted. They never even got the money. But the lie that they told was they were using the money to buy another house. They bought another car. Now people are saying that we know that's a lie. But what I was hearing was that the family in their household, as well as Karmelo, had very nice vehicles, and people are saying that the girls really liked him, and that could have been a point of contention between these two boys, that they were probably jealous because Karmelo had a nice car, he dressed nice. We don't know if that's true, but what we do know is that this father is definitely a bully. He does not appear to be a good person, because to come into where these people are, he's trying to, project fear in them. And it's very weird that he would show up to an event that he wasn't invited to. And in fact, they told him to leave. Although it was an open event, the owner of the building didn't even want this man there, and he refused to leave until the police were called.